What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another video. This video is actually a follow-up on a case that happened last month with an incapacitated young lady that had been in healthcare, Hacienda nursing home, and she mysteriously came up pregnant. And she had the baby and everything, and they was wondering like who did it. Well, this man that you see on the screen, after they did DNA testing, this man that you see on the screen, he was responsible for it. And he was no longer working there, but when he was there. Let's get into the story. Nurse arrested over Arizona care home patient pregnancy. This is the guy right here. I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't leave a woman around him that's got all her faculties. Look how this dude look. It's amazing they even hired him. But I guess if they didn't, they would have been. It was a good case. It'd be like saying, "Well, that's discrimination." But damn, look at this dude. See, and it says right here, a nurse has been charged with rape after a severely disabled woman gave birth in care home in Arizona. The 29-year-old victim stunned her caregivers and family when she gave birth to a baby boy late last month, sparking an investigation. Nathan Sutherland, a 36-year-old licensed practical nurse, was arrested Wednesday on one count of sexual assault and one count of vulnerable adult abuse, Phoenix Police Chief Jerry Williams said. Mr. Sutherland was responsible for providing care to the victim during the time the assault occurred. He was arrested after his DNA was matched to that of the baby. Phoenix Police Department said, "Shit, he gave her more than care. Damn shame." The 29-year-old victim, who police said was in a position to give consent, has been in the care of the Hacienda Healthcare facility in Phoenix, Arizona, since the age of 3. That's a long time. The victim's family described her as having a significant intellectual disabilities as a result of seizures very early in her childhood. Now, this right here is the healthcare place, Hacienda Healthcare. Wow. Before we go any further, it can be, real hard on us if the situation ever occurs where we may have to venture out for help for like a healthcare place, for nursing home for a loved one and everything. But, in situations like this, it makes you really, wonder or think twice. With the stresses of working or whatever it is you do, you may not have time to see to a loved one, and sometimes, you may have to, rely on a healthcare facility, to take care of a loved one. The situations like this arise with a nurse doing immoral shit like this. I tell you, if you're not hearing about things like this happening, you're hearing about them misusing them, like abusing them, as far as hitting them and all that kind of stuff, and then some of the families actually put, the loved ones in there and throw them away and don't even go check on them. Like me and my wife was having a conversation about the situation, and they was wondering like, well, how come the nurses didn't notice that this girl was pregnant, this woman was pregnant, and everything. Babies grow and they form, baby bellies and everything. They didn't know until the last minute, until that girl went into labor. That's strange. See, But what that tells me is that those nurses there was not on their job. You see, they were not on their job, because if they were, well, they would have known ahead of time basically what was going on. And another thing, I think they should install cameras in those rooms. If they install cameras in those rooms, I can guarantee you that will put an end to, knock out any chances of something like this ever happening again. Let's get back into the story. While she does not speak, she has some mobility in her limbs, head, and neck. She also responds to sound and can make facial gestures, the family said in a statement. The family's lawyer, John Michaels, said the relatives were outraged, traumatized, and in shock at the assault. The child is now in the care of the patient's family. Damn, I ain't a bargain for that. Damn. Court documents state that the woman is not alert and requires a maximum level of care, according to the Arizona Republic. Staff at the facility said they had no idea she was pregnant, and the case has triggered reviews by state agencies and highlighted safety concerns for patients who are severely disabled and incapacitated. The CEO of the nursing facility resigned following the scandal, and earlier this week, the clinic announced that one of the victim's doctors had resigned and another one has been suspended. Yeah, naturally they're going to resign and be suspended because this happened on their watch. When I read a little bit of this story, when it first happened, the one doctor that, resigned, I thought maybe he did it because he was the first one to run. So I kind of thought that maybe he could have been responsible for this, but I guess not. And it's still a good thing, but that he wasn't. But the problem is that it happened on his watch. Now, far as the staff go, I think they need to tear down the staff and build up a new one. Other words, they need to let those other staff members go. This happened, you know what I mean? Someone should have seen something. But see, people know things that happen on jobs and they keep shit to themselves until whatever, is hidden in the dark come to light. That's basically the way it goes. Okay. Police are still investigating whether Mr. Sutherland, who has worked at the facility since 2011, has assaulted any other patients and are encouraging anyone with information to come forward. Tommy Thompson, a spokesman for Phoenix Police, said the baby boy was doing good. We can't always choose how we come into this world, to this life. But what we can choose to do as a community is love this child. And that's what we have the opportunity to do, he said. The force said the case had become the highest priority of our police department. In a press conference yesterday, Ms. Williams said she had not encountered a similar case during her 30-year career in law enforcement. We owe this arrest to the victim. We owe this arrest to the newest member of our community, that innocent baby, the police chief added. I guess that's her right there. It's making a speech. Well, this dude, he's a lowlife, and the question is, they ask, wondering if he assaulted somebody else. There's other people he may have did that to. I wouldn't doubt it. If I had to bet, I would bet that yes, he did it. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. I think it's one of those that's really just terrible. they make you can't relax, can't sleep if you got a loved one in a healthcare facility. You know, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And this is James, and I'm out. Peace.